Welcome to this week's video. Today, I'm going to be talking about appraisals. Now, I have seen a new phenomena come into the market, and that is appraisals coming in light. The phenomena is caused by various reasons, but one of the biggest culprits right now is that since interest rates have gone down a little bit, some of the people that have had their homes for about 4 years because they probably bought it during COVID and they had interest rates around the 3% or 2.5% or something like that, are finally deciding to buy their new home. And since they haven't touched their home for almost 4 years, they haven't touched the equity of their home. They have plenty of equity. So what they're doing right now is we're starting to see the phenomena again of purchasers or buyers going out there and buying homes with an overbid or paying above appraised value. Now, appraisers are looking at this and they are not counting those sales. So when a realtor does comparables and they see that there are this number of properties that are selling at the value that we are making the offer at, they believe that the property will appraise, but then we are surprised because we're getting the appraisal back $50,000, $25,000 light. And it's because there's plenty of people who are overbuying right now, but the appraisers are not taking into consideration those overbuys or overbids yet because they are not the norm. So it is very important that when you are doing or you're thinking about making an offer, that you talk to your realtor, right, to ensure that the comps are coming in correct. And just to verify that there is not a lot of properties that we are using as comparables where those properties are actually overbids and overbuys. Now, the other phenomena that we're seeing, or actually something that I want to ask you to do, is to understand what happens what are the consequences when you get an appraisal that is light. The rule is quite simple. The loan will always be based on whichever is lower, the purchase price or the appraisal price. So if the appraisal comes in lower, then you must fill that gap, right? If the appraisal comes in higher, then the purchase price that you have will be the one used for the loan. So you do need to be careful with that because when we have a light appraisal, then you are responsible to covering that gap. So that's important as well to let your realtor know that there is always an appraisal contingency just in case that the appraisal that came in light gives us and allows us to go ahead and go back and have a new conversation on regards to changing the purchase of the home. So that way you don't have to come in with that extra money. So we can renegotiate the purchasing price. So just remind, if you believe that the property that you're seeing, the property that you're making an offer is going to come in light on the appraisal side, then make sure that you have an appraisal contingency. Now, all of our realtors know to do that, right? But if you're using your own realtor, it's important that you actually remind them to put one because this could be an issue later on. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to call me. My phone number 480-542-8890. Talk to you next week.